This is a sweet potato, but it's not your ordinary sweet potato. It's from A.V. Thomas Produce, a leader in the distribution of organic and conventional sweet potatoes and yams in North America since 1960. That's where ordinary gets left behind and exemplary takes the lead. At A.V. Thomas Produce, we understand what it takes to grow the highest quality sweet potato with unmatched flavor, a combination of research, hard work, and attention to detail. Our sweet potatoes get their start at UC Davis, one of the premier agricultural universities in the USA, where they research and develop what it takes to maintain the hardiest of plants. After purchasing the plants, our local seed grower will then propagate them and plant them to create clean seed potatoes. These seed potatoes are then taken to our fields, where the soil has been expertly prepared and arranged by hand in the bed for ultimate productivity. They are blanketed in soil that is raked smooth, then covered by plastic to create a mini greenhouse we call hotbeds. As weeks pass, the seeds begin to sprout where they will soon be fully matured plants. These plants are called slips. Slips are cut by hand, placed into crates, and transported to fields, where they will be transplanted into prepared beds with a specialized planting machine. The planter digs the trench, but workers place each slip individually in the planter wheel. Water is added at the same time, and then the slip is covered with soil all within seconds. Pretty efficient, but still a lot of labor. During this process, drip irrigation tape is also laid out in the center of the beds. The new transplants are then cared for with the application of fertilizer, soil amendments, and microbes. Workers also hoe and weed by hand to ensure that all the soil's nutrients are focused on the plant. And the sweet potato plants in a few weeks become a canopy, and a new crop of potatoes will fully mature between 90 and 120 days and ready for harvest. Prior to harvest, the canopy is mowed and the vines are cut to lessen any damage to the sweet potato during the mechanical harvest. Next come the harvesting machines, which dig and lift these gems from the earth and move them up the harvester belt, where workers will sort and individually place each sweet potato by hand in a storage bin. These bins, that are each loaded with 950 pounds of sweet potatoes, are then transferred onto flatbed trucks with a field forklift and transported to our nearby storage facility in Livingston, California. Once the bins arrive at our storage facility, they are unloaded and kept in a temperature and humidity-controlled environment. All bins have identification bin tags and are separated by field, lot number, variety, grade, and harvest date. When it is time to pack the sweet potatoes, bins are pulled from their respective storage location and transported by forklift to the location of one of the 3 methods of packing that we execute at A.V. Thomas Produce. In the wet packing room, the bins are placed into a dumping apparatus on the back of the packing line designed to submerge the bins into water, where sweet potatoes can carefully float out with no damage. The sweet potatoes are quickly rinsed to remove any dirt and debris. Next, the sweet potatoes travel up the belt, out of the water, and through a drying chamber. Workers will then sort the sweet potatoes by hand and carefully place each one into consumer or retail packaging. In our microwave-ready packing room, sweet potatoes are delivered from the wet packing location where they have already been washed, and then get a special sanitizing bath in ozone water. Next, they dry in an ozone atmosphere room to further assure sanitation. After drying, the babies are packed by hand individually or onto trays, then travel through a shrink-wrap tunnel. After emerging from the tunnel, they are labeled and packed into cartons. In the bagged sweet potato packing room, sweet potatoes are individually packed into bags by hand. This process proves to be very labor-intensive, but the result is a high-quality bag of sweet potatoes that will have a long shelf life. After the bags are filled, they are loaded onto a conveyor, where they travel to get weighed, sealed, put into a carton, and like the other cartons, they are loaded onto pallets and prepped for shipping. After all the washing and packing is complete, a forklift moves the pallets to a turntable wrapping machine, where a worker adds corner boards for reinforcement and secures the pallet with stretch wrap. When complete, the forklift transports the wrapped pallet to the dock staging area. Proper paperwork is placed on the pallet and ready to load onto a truck. After all the research, hard work, and attention to detail, these sweet potatoes are on their way to a store near you, just waiting to improve your quality of life with all of its ease of preparation, taste, and nutritional health benefits.